In Plateau State is being described as a setback to peace efforts in Plateau State, but security forces under Operation Enduring Peace are insisting that they remain committed to restoring normalcy across crisis-prone areas. Senior reporter Funam Joshua reports from Jos.
The peace, once sustained through joint security efforts of Operation Enduring Peace in Plateau State, was disrupted by the recent invasion of the Haipan community. Visiting the area, the senior special advisor to the governor on security, retired Brigadier General Shipi, urged locals to promptly report any suspicious movement to authorities.
What has happened here is just one of those things that has increased the resolve of government to deal with this kind of matters very, very seriously, with all the seriousness that it deserves. Government has for a very long time given room for people to air their grievances, for us to talk and fashion out ways of doing things in a civilized manner. But clearly, there are some people that don't want to take that route. A lot of information has come that sometimes the terrorist comes from neighboring states like Nasarawa, like Bauchi, Taraba, and so on and so forth. So we've had those intelligence, and we've been working, around the clock with the government of those neighboring states. Interestingly, we are lucky that also the military high command resident in Jos here also has authority over all of these states. They are all under the same command, so it makes it easier for us to synergize, to see that we handle it from all sides.
Religious leaders, stakeholders, and the general public are cautioning against spreading inciting messages, warning that such actions threaten the fragile peace in the state.
Troops of Operation Enduring Peace deployed within Sector 4 area of responsibility will continue to upscale its operational activities around Nyarwe and Orua to reassure residents of their safety. We call on all stakeholders, traditional leaders, religious leaders, and civil society to avoid inflammatory rhetoric statements. Instead, rally around our common goal of a peaceful, united, and secured Plateau.
Operation Enduring Peace says it remains resolute in ensuring lasting stability and rebuilding trust among affected communities. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
And in Kogi State, the government has reaffirmed its resolve to intensify the crackdown on banditry and other criminal activities across the state. This comes after the demolition and burning of a settlement in Kababono local government area of Kogi West, reportedly linked to bandits. Michael Hila has details.
Thatched roofs in flames and walls reduced to rubble are all that remain of this settlement on the outskirts of Aherin Bunu community in Kababono local government area. In a renewed clampdown on criminal elements, joint security operatives in Kogi State have demolished and set ablaze structures that once served as huts and a makeshift clinic for bandits. The Kogi State government says the effort aligns with Governor Usman Ododo's vow to sustain the onslaught against criminal elements and their collaborators.
We don't care as far as you are a bandit. It is not today that the governor will be saying it. If you are cooperating with bandits, if you are logistics supply to them, or you are carrying arms against our people from going to farm, we count you as bandit, and we even count you as a terrorist.
The state security advisor explains that 2 suspected kidnappers injured in an earlier operation were found hiding in the camp where they were receiving local treatment before being arrested during the raid.
The house you are seeing there, that was where one of them was picked. And the second one was picked in another house. You see, we've been able to saturate everywhere that it is difficult to treat them inside the town again. And we are arresting, fake doctors or doctors that are treating them. That is why they could choose a remote place like this to treat them. And by the time after their treatment, you see them back to the business. We are not going to allow it. And that is why the governor said, get down to this place and demolish the house. And the houses they are here, can you see anybody here? They have disappeared.
Residents of nearby communities insist the operation will restore safety and deter criminal elements, especially in the forest belts of Kogi West. The state government has urged residents to report suspicious activities to security agencies, assuring that intelligence-led operations will continue until all criminal hideouts are cleared. Michael Ila, TVC News, Ahirin-Bunu, Kogi State.
And in Delta State, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has formally launched the Delta State Security Trust Fund, aimed at equipping security agencies with modern gadgets, surveillance tools, and operational vehicles to strengthen joint task force operations across the state. Ike Nahamichi reports.
Responsibility of government, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori believes it requires the collective effort of all citizens, hence the launch of the Delta State Security Trust Fund. For the keynote speaker, the message is clear: security should not be left to government alone.
The Delta State Security Trust Fund will provide a fundamental platform that will promote inclusiveness and citizens' collaboration. Together, we can and we build a safer and more prosperous Delta State for all.
The governor, joined by the chairman of the occasion, the chief launcher, Government Ekpomopolo, and other dignitaries, formally launched the trust fund.
All of this highlights the fact that we have a role to play. That's why I mentioned all of these incidents.
And how our people in the rural areas have been sensitized enough to know that they also have a part to play in ensuring that the environment is safe.
There is no doubt that security is the pursuit of everybody and all humans that will contribute to security trust funds.
For Governor Oborevwori, the initiative calls for the active involvement of all stakeholders to support the security agencies with resources to acquire modern gadgets, operational vehicles, and other critical equipment needed to tackle crime across the state.
I assure you all that every kobo and item donated will be transparently and judiciously utilized.
The fundraising segment began with the managing director of Tantita Security Services Nigeria Limited kickstarting donations with 10 billion naira.
On my part, as chief launcher, I make my contribution to it not just in naira value, but as a pledge of continued partnership.
The governor reaffirmed the administration's commitment to raising the 100 billion naira target to effectively launch the Delta State Security Trust Fund. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Asaba.